Well, the draws have been made, and let's start perhaps with the Europa League and the semi-finals between Atletico Madrid and Arsenal. Let me tell you a few things about Atletico Madrid. They are scared about the injury of Costa. He didn't finish the game against Sporting Lisbon, the return leg, and we will see the consequences of that because we are seeing the best Griezmann that has started the calendar year better than ever, best stats than ever, more assists, more goals scored, and generally having a huge influence on the game, like the star that he is. And it's partly down to the presence of Costa, because Costa quite clearly stretches defences, is strong and fast to run behind the defence, and that allows space to be created, which Griezmann likes to affect the game in between the lines. So it will be important to see if Costa will be fit for the first leg of the semi-finals. And another thing that you have to say about Atletico Madrid is that sometimes they look very good, solid, sometimes they don't. Against Sporting Lisbon they were very, very poor. Perhaps the worst 45 minutes of Simeone's era in the first leg of that. In the first half of that second leg. And that was because of what they did with the ball, which wasn't great. They weren't able to pass with accuracy. They weren't able to control the game, to keep possession for long periods. And Sporting Lisbon could have done actually much better. But that was down to Thomas, who has had a very good first half of the season, 2/3 of the season, but now he's suffering with muscle problems. You've got Koke, who still hasn't reached the level that we saw a few years back. With Saul, who it's better when he can go box to box than when he had to control that offensive instinct that he has, which he has to do a lot, especially in the European nights. And generally, it's a team that defends not as well as they used to when they won the league, when they made it to two Champions League finals. So, for instance, they used to be very strong in set pieces, both defensive and offensive. They don't have that kind of impact anymore. Still, it's the second best team in La Liga, of course, and if Costa, especially if Costa is playing, you have to say it becomes a very equal fixture. Arsenal have got, of course, the ability to counter-attack. They've got pace, and they are happy to take the initiative, but not as happy as Atletico Madrid will be of actually letting them have the initiative. So I fear that for Arsenal fans, they may not like this, but I think Atletico Madrid will be favourites on that one, but we'll see, of course. And the Champions League. I see a lot of people being very optimistic about Liverpool, and you have to say that the way they perform themselves against City suggests that they can beat anybody. But out of the three teams that were left in the competition, this may sound strange, but I felt that Rome was the one that suits them less. Real Madrid always allows you to attack them. Bayern Munich, as Sevilla showed as well, Bayern Munich have got their weaknesses too, but Roma are very, very strong, especially at home. They were top of a group that was a very strong group with Atletico Madrid, with Chelsea, and they beat Chelsea 3-0, and they deserved that result as well. The same way that they deserved a better result against Barcelona in the first leg when they lost 4-1, and of course they very much deserved to go through in that fantastic second leg, which was down to the understanding of the weaknesses and strengths of Barcelona and protecting against the strengths and attacking the weaknesses. They were very, very good attacking down the wing. They were very good as well putting crosses in and finding the two forwards. Zeko right now being in extraordinary form. They did what they had to do. They're very flexible tactically. Di Francesca has got certainly a team that can play in different ways, and without saying that they've got one of the best midfielders in Europe, or midfield in Europe. They certainly have got a very flexible one. They have goals in them. They defend well too. Alisson having, as everybody knows, a very good season. So you've got a very strong team in Roma. And then Bayern Munich, Real Madrid. And first of all, you have to say that even though it looked like Sergio Ramos was going to be suspended for the first leg, interestingly enough, and a lot of people would see a conspiracy here, basically UEFA have decided not to investigate the case, not to take it any further, and he will be present in the first leg of the Champions League. Of course, the suspension would have been because he actually went to the tunnel at the end of the game when the game was still on, and to to follow the procedures of the game when he actually was suspended. You're not supposed to be pitch side when you are suspended, but I imagine the referee report did not go into detail of where he was exactly, and he was not pitch side, he was under the tunnel a little bit. Anyway, Real Madrid obviously are a team of moments, a team that knows that they will have the moment, that will actually have the ability to kill anybody, with Cristiano of course. They can play in different ways as well. They can have the one, I don't think they will start with the BBC, the presence of Marco Asensio and of course Lucas Vázquez. Both of them will be important, either from the start or coming from the bench. They add more energy, they add something else, they add more width, but they can control the games as well, especially if Modric comes back to his best form. Right now he's still not the best Modric. With Casemiro, Kroos and Modric, they've got a midfield again with different layers, but they will need the perfect companions for Cristiano Ronaldo. Will that be Benzema? I don't think it will be Bale. Will that be Marco Asensio, Lucas Vázquez, Isco? We'll have to see. But as you say, with those names, you see you have the possibility of counter-attacking or the possibility of controlling games a little bit. But they always give you a chance. So Real Madrid, in my eyes, are not favourites of this one. Actually, Bayern Munich that have got so much quality from the midfield on, with the possibility of Lewandowski trying to make a claim for what he wants it to be his next move. He's dreaming of going to Real Madrid, hence him changing agents and giving the possibility of Pini Zahavi to represent him. And with that move, what he wanted is not just, as we're hearing, the possibility of going to the Premier League or going to PSG. He definitely wants to go to Real Madrid, wants to do it before it's too late. That's the priority. Number two will be to actually move to one of those other teams in the Premier League of PSG. Number three will be to remain at Bayern. Of course, all is in the hand of Bayern because he hasn't got a buyer clause. But anyway, Lewandowski likes to play against Real Madrid, as you will remember. 4 goals he scored against them with Borussia Dortmund in one game. And but there is much more than Lewandowski. Ribéry and Robben are living a second youth. Thiago is fantastic. Javi Martinez in the centre midfielders as well. Hummels and Boateng, a good partnership in the back. Kimmich, this actually a very strong team. They haven't even missed Neuer. Neuer is preparing himself for his return. Ulrich is doing a good job anyway, and in my eyes, and I saw it against Sevilla, yes, certainly they started both games perhaps a little bit shyly, but when they had to put the next gear, they did so, and they left Sevilla behind. Yes, Sevilla hit the post in the second leg. It was 0-0, but quite certainly you knew that if Bayern needed the goals, they would have actually scored them. Bayern, for me, the strongest team in the competition. As I said earlier, perhaps Liverpool could have hurt them, because Liverpool, again, being a team of moments with strikers in the flow, they would have scored against Bayern. I still think Roma suits them less, because Roma is going to give the initiative to Liverpool. But in terms of the strength of the squad, in terms of experience, of course, history, Bayern Munich, for me, are the favourites to win this competition. So very, very exciting times, and very much looking forward to see some of those games live. So we'll keep talking about all this. We will do so as usual on Friday and Mondays, when I will put these videos up, but also when I'm at the stadiums as well. So subscribe. I'll be giving you more stories, more information, and do give me your comments. Also on Tuesdays, when it's a Camp Tuesday, I will just put a video talking about the things that you want to talk about, just commenting your comments. So I'll leave it at that, and I'll speak to you soon. It's raining in Barcelona, can you see? Shame. We'll still find a good place to eat, because it's time to eat now. Bye.